Plead. The lawyer pleaded for the defendant's innocence. The lawyer pleaded for the defendant's innocence.
辩护承认
Pledge. They pledged to support each other through hard times. They pledged to support each other through hard times.
保证立誓
Plow. Farmers plow their fields in spring. Farmers plow their fields in spring.
犁耕地
Pluck. She plucked the flower from the ground. She plucked the flower from the ground.
拔
Plunge. He plunged into the cold lake. He plunged into the cold lake.
使投入跳入
Pocketbook. She keeps her notes in a pocketbook. She keeps her notes in a pocketbook.
袖珍书
Poetic. His descriptions were quite poetic. His descriptions were quite poetic.
诗的
Poke. He poked the fire with a stick. He poked the fire with a stick.
戳
Poultry. The farm raises poultry for eggs and meat. The farm raises poultry for eggs and meat.
家禽
Polar. Polar climates are often harsh and cold. Polar climates are often harsh and cold.
极地的
Porch. They waited for him on the front porch. They waited for him on the front porch.
门廊入口处
Potential. She has great potential to succeed. She has great potential to succeed.
潜在的
Prairie. They rode across the wide prairie. They rode across the wide prairie.
大草原牧场
Preach. He preached to the congregation every Sunday. He preached to the congregation every Sunday.
传道鼓吹
Precaution. He took safety precautions before climbing. He took safety precautions before climbing.
预防措施警惕
Preference. I have a preference for tea over coffee. I have a preference for tea over coffee.
偏好的事物
Prehistoric. The cave paintings are from prehistoric times. The cave paintings are from prehistoric times.
史前的
Prevail. Good will always prevail over evil. Good will always prevail over evil.
战胜
Preview. The students previewed the material before class. The students previewed the material before class.
预习
Prey. Lions stalk their prey silently. Lions stalk their prey silently.
猎物
Priceless. The artifacts in the museum are priceless. The artifacts in the museum are priceless.
无价的
Prick. The thorn pricked her finger. The thorn pricked her finger.
刺痛
Prior. He has prior commitments and cannot attend. He has prior commitments and cannot attend.
优先的
Priority. Safety is our top priority. Safety is our top priority.
优先权
Procession. The parade included a procession of floats. The parade included a procession of floats.
行进队伍
Profile. She has a high profile in the community. She has a high profile in the community.
轮廓外形人物简介
Prolong. They prolonged their vacation by a week. They prolonged their vacation by a week.
延长拖长
Prop. The chair served as a prop in the scene. The chair served as a prop in the scene.
支柱道具
Prophet. He was known as a prophet in his village. He was known as a prophet in his village.
先知
Proportion. The architect focused on the proportions of the building. The architect focused on the proportions of the building.
比例比率
Prospect. The prospects for growth are promising. The prospects for growth are promising.
指望预期景象
Province. She grew up in a small province. She grew up in a small province.
省
Prune. He pruned the bushes in the garden. He pruned the bushes in the garden.
梅干修剪
Publicize. The company publicized the new product launch. The company publicized the new product launch.
宣传公布
Puff. She enjoyed a sweet cream puff. She enjoyed a sweet cream puff.
号服
Pulse. His pulse was fast after the run. His pulse was fast after the run.
脉搏
Purchase. She purchased a new book. She purchased a new book.
购买
Pyramid. The pyramids in Egypt are ancient wonders. The pyramids in Egypt are ancient wonders.
金字塔
Quack. We heard a duck's loud quack at the pond. We heard a duck's loud quack at the pond.
呱呱声庸医
Qualify. She qualified for the advanced course. She qualified for the advanced course.
使合格取得资格
Quart. He bought a quart of milk. He bought a quart of milk.
夸脱英美容量单位
Quest. Their quest for truth led them far from home. Their quest for truth led them far from home.
寻求追求
Quiver. She quivered with excitement. She quivered with excitement.
发抖战动
Rack. He placed his shoes on the rack. He placed his shoes on the rack.
架子，折磨。
Radish. He added sliced radishes to the salad. He added sliced radishes to the salad.
萝卜。
Radius. The radius of the circle is 5 centimeters. The radius of the circle is 5 centimeters.
半径。
Ragged. The old man wore ragged clothes. The old man wore ragged clothes.
破烂的。
Rail. He leaned on the rail while watching the view. He leaned on the rail while watching the view.
栏杆，扶手，铁轨。
Rally. The coach rallied the team after the loss. The coach rallied the team after the loss.
重整旗鼓，集合。
Ranch. He grew up on a cattle ranch in Texas. He grew up on a cattle ranch in Texas.
大牧场。
Rascal. He's a lovable rascal, always causing trouble. He's a lovable rascal, always causing trouble.
流氓，无赖。
Ratio. The ratio of students to teachers is 20 to 1. The ratio of students to teachers is 20 to 1.
比例。
Rattle. The wind rattled the windows. The wind rattled the windows.
使发出克克声。
Realm. The forest is his realm, where he feels free. The forest is his realm, where he feels free.
王国。
Reap. Farmers reap their crops in fall. Farmers reap their crops in fall.
收割。
Rear. She reared her children with great care. She reared her children with great care.
后方，俯仰，高耸。
Reckless. His reckless driving caused the accident. His reckless driving caused the accident.
鲁莽的。
Reckon. I reckon he'll be here soon. I reckon he'll be here soon.
计算，认为。
Recommend. I recommend this book to everyone. I recommend this book to everyone.
推荐。
Reef. We saw a reef full of fish while snorkeling. We saw a reef full of fish while snorkeling.
礁石。
Reel. She watched the film reel spin. She watched the film reel spin.
一卷，捆。
Referee. The referee blew the whistle to start the game. The referee blew the whistle to start the game.
裁判。
Refuge. The refugees sought refuge in a nearby town. The refugees sought refuge in a nearby town.
避难所。
Sanctuary. They found sanctuary from the storm in an old church. They found sanctuary from the storm in an old church.
圣殿，庇护所。
Refute. He refuted the allegations with evidence. He refuted the allegations with evidence.
驳斥，反驳。
Rain. The reign of Queen Elizabeth I was notable. The reign of Queen Elizabeth I was notable.
君王在位期间。
Rejoice. They rejoiced at the good news. They rejoiced at the good news.
欢欣，快乐。
Relic. The ancient relics were on display at the museum. The ancient relics were on display at the museum.
遗物。
Reminder. The bell served as a reminder for the meeting. The bell served as a reminder for the meeting.
提醒物。
Repay. She repaid his kindness with a thoughtful gift. She repaid his kindness with a thoughtful gift.
回报。
Reproduce. The cells reproduce rapidly. The cells reproduce rapidly.
繁殖。
Reptile. The reptile basked in the sun. The reptile basked in the sun.
爬虫类。
Republican. The country transitioned to a Republican government. The country transitioned to a Republican government.
共和政体的。
Resent. She resents being left out of decisions. She resents being left out of decisions.
怨恨。
Resentment. His resentment grew over the years. His resentment grew over the years.
怨恨。
Reside. They reside in a quiet neighborhood. They reside in a quiet neighborhood.
居住。
Residence. Her official residence is in the city center. Her official residence is in the city center.
住所。
Resident. The residents organized a community event. The residents organized a community event.
居民。
Resort. They resorted to asking for help. They resorted to asking for help.
诉诸于度假胜地。
Restrain. He restrained his anger during the meeting. He restrained his anger during the meeting.
抑制。
Resume. They resumed their journey after the break. They resumed their journey after the break.
重新开始，继续。
Retort. She retorted with a clever remark. She retorted with a clever remark.
反击，反驳。
Reverse. He reversed the car out of the driveway. He reversed the car out of the driveway.
颠倒，倒转。
Revive. They tried to revive the plant with water. They tried to revive the plant with water.
复苏。
Revolt. The people revolted against the unjust government. The people revolted against the unjust government.
造反，反叛。
Revolve. The planets revolve around the sun. The planets revolve around the sun.
旋转。
Rhinoceros. The rhinoceros is endangered due to poaching. The rhinoceros is endangered due to poaching.
犀牛。
Rib. She broke a rib while skiing. She broke a rib while skiing.
肋骨
Ridge. They hiked along the ridge of the mountain. They hiked along the ridge of the mountain.
山脊梁
Ridiculous. His claim was completely ridiculous. His claim was completely ridiculous.
荒谬的
Rifle. The soldier carried a rifle. The soldier carried a rifle.
步枪